So hello and welcome to Demon Souls, the first of the Soulsborne games, which I have decided I'm going to be playing through all of those, starting with the Demon Souls remake. So hope you're ready. Let's make our character. I have some saved presets and I'll probably just use one of those rather than spending a lot of time on this screen. But the real question is, do I go with Eggman or not? Welcome to the chat, Gbrush. I'm not sure how exactly that should be pronounced. Let me know if that's correct. Maybe the soldier. So I'm actually going to be starting with royalty for a couple reasons. One being I start at level 1, so I get a bit more leeway as to how I build my character. Also, it starts with an item that makes things a good deal easier, and that's nice to have. These, oh, I always forget you have to go up here to enter a name.
King Allant XII, by channeling the power of souls, brought unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valifax of the Royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Allant had roused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls lose also their minds. The mad attack the sane and chaos reigns. Valifax also spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force. And the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors lured by the possibilities braved the fissure to breach the accursed land. But none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs. Yurt the Silent Chief. Saint Urbane. Skirva the Wanderer. The sixth Saint Astraea with her knight Garl Vinland. And Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
Wonder who that could be. And yeah, we're gonna play the journey.
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you to the fissure. So that you may lull the old one back to slumber.
Alright, so that was our intro, and now we're in the game. And the reason I like starting with royalty, like I said, we start at level 1, whereas the others start at higher levels, so we get more control over our stats starting out. The other reason being this ring slowly restores magic over time. And while it's an item we could get later on, it's a pain to get. And it's just really nice starting out with it instead. I was letting them hit me too much, just... no time to mess around with them. Pretty sure... Oh, I was pressing the wrong button because in none of the other games can you vault like that. It's also been a bit since I last played this, so I expect to not do too well. Yeah, let's get these items before we move on. Also, let me... put that on our items, since that's one of our healing items. I think that's everything in this area. It's funny, these guys, like, I'm much better at parrying them, but I say right as I fail to parry him. With, like, the low-level undead guys, I have so much trouble parrying their attacks. Misread that. There we go. I've never seen that little flourish that he does. And that kept throwing me off. I thought he was attacking. Okay. Sir, I'm picking up items. I always get turned around there and it takes me a second to find out which way to go. Oh. Wrong button. Yeah, the magic regeneration from that ring is just so useful. Also, I learned something interesting about this game the other day when I was testing this out. Just making sure my streaming setup was okay. And also to test out this next part because just to see if I can still do it. But if you make a new character in this game, you cannot delete your character. And so I made a test character and I can't delete it now. There's just permanently a save file for it. Also, there's a max limit of 5 character saves in this game. I have no clue what happens when you try to make a 6th character, but this is my 5th one. I'm hoping that if you make a 6th one, it lets you overwrite one of your old saves, because otherwise you can get locked out of something that I'll explain in a second. And I pressed the wrong button. So here's our first boss fight. Jay and Bebsy made it just in time for the first boss of the game.
Bebsy!
Yeah, nice easy boss, where each hit's taking off like maybe 1% of his health. For real though, if you have trouble with this boss, it's fairly easy once you figure it out. You just keep moving clockwise around it. And you can mostly just avoid all of its attacks that way. Also, two-hand your weapon because your shield is not going to help you at all for this. I need to get it away from the wall, though. Let's see if we can lure it. also noticing my circle button is not being super responsive, which is a problem because that's the dodge button. Oh. I need dodging that too. Real talk, there's a lot you can usually tank through with a shield in these games, but once you get dodging down, like, a lot of stuff you can just dodge and two-hand weapons. When I eventually get to Dark Souls 2, there's a boss in that game that, like, I've never beaten it with the shield because it's pretty much impossible. Where am I? There we go. So first boss down. And here's why I was saying a second ago that I hope that if you reach the character limit and you can't, that if you make a 6th character, it will let you delete one of your old ones. Because if you die to that boss, like, you never get to go back to it. And there is an item here that you can only get if you beat that boss there in the tutorial. The game kind of expects you to die to it, and it sends you straight to the next area. But if you beat it, you get to come here first. And I've gotten all of the trophies in this game. I'm pretty sure one is to collect all the armor sets, and I think that helmet counts towards it. Also, we get all these goodies for beating the boss. And there's our first death.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
No, this is not a hardcore no-death run. I don't think I could no-death run any of these games.
This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria.
I could possibly do a no-death run of Dark Souls 3
Guide you to the outer lands.
and possibly Bloodborne if I skip all of the optional stuff in it. I've definitely done no death runs on New Game Plus and Blood Run. Bloodborne. Now I want a game called Blood Run. So another thing, if you're new to this game, you might notice my maximum health up there. I'm only at half health. That's not because I have taken any damage. That's because when you die, your max health is cut in half.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to
Yeah,
say
that's the game we came to play.
remembered as a hero. Hunting for demons? Try one of the Archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria.
Alright, well, let's follow his advice. Also in Demon Souls, you have to die at the beginning of the game, either to that first boss or in that cutscene afterward. I'll also be purposefully killing myself at a few points in the game that I'll explain when we get there, and why I'm doing it. Because this game has some mechanics that are really annoying that thankfully none of the others have in them. Jay and Bebsy, am I sure that's not going to be an excuse for dying? I mean, I'm going to be going to a safe area, going all the way to the highest point in it and jumping off. So it's going to be very purposeful. Trust me, there are very good reasons you will purposefully want to die in this game. And you want to do it in a very specific manner as well. Otherwise, the game will can become a good deal harder. As much as people like to say that, like, the Souls games are about a really tough challenge and whatnot, no, it's about finding the cheapest way to kill stuff. You don't play this game fair. None of the enemies play it fair, so I'm not going to either. That's why I started with the class that gets regenerating magic. Oh, did you drop an item? Nope. Exactly. If it's in the game, it is fair play. And there's a lot of stuff in this game that you will just beat yourself over the head constantly if you try to play it in the way that people say you should. But no, I've got infinite magic, and these guys are gonna run at me, so that's on them for not preparing for someone to fling magic at them. Oh yeah, so here's a fun thing. The first time I played this game, I died in that hole because I thought there'd be something fun down there, so I jumped in it. Don't jump in that hole. It may look like a pretty hole, but you will die. Solid life advice, yes. If you see a deep, glowy hole, do not jump into it. I mistimed that parry. I got that parry, though. Did not get that one. Also, the first time I ever played this game, it actually was the original on the PS3. I didn't own it, but a friend of mine did, and he let me play it because he really wanted to see me die a lot. That very first boss, I did walk into the room and immediately die to it. And I'm sorry if there's like some stuttering with the video every now and then. I'm using the, what's it called? It's the app on PC that lets you connect with your PlayStation and play on your computer. And it works pretty well, but like, and I'm using a wired connection, so it works a lot better than normal. But yeah, it still kind of has hiccups every now and then. Oh yeah, let's take care of this guy while we're here. Watch the soldiers. Okay. He was watched. Any others? Oh, timed that poorly. There we go. So yeah, if you can get the timing down, a lot of humanoid enemies, you can parry their attacks. You missed. You can parry their attacks with your shield and then do a riposte, and it deals a ton of damage. Also, we're gonna go back because that boulder actually opened up this for us. And that bastard got us a sword. Which my stats are definitely not good enough for. I'll kind of get into that once we get to where we can level up and such. And I'll also explain a bit more my starting class choice. Oh. Yeah, there are classes in this game, but like, the only thing your class really affects is how the start of the game is gonna go. Oh yeah, I'm not going to deal with that guy right now. That's an optional little thing, and we can't even do it just yet, and that guy is really difficult to deal with right now. But yeah, so there were classes you can choose from starting out. I think there are 8 of them. They all have different starting stats, different starting equipment. Mistimed that. And their level that they start at is different as well. There we go. Finally got the riposte at the very end. But the class I started with is Royalty. And even though it's supposed to kind of look like the joke class because you start at level... I'll try that later. You start at level 1 and your stats are lower, but you get a ring that makes you regenerate magic, and that is extremely useful. And because you actually start at a lower level, you have like more control over your stats. So like, yeah, there are classes, but you really, it's going to come down to how you level your character and equipment that you use. So even if you decide to start with, like, you know, the barbarian class, you can still get spells later on. Or if you start as a mage, you can level up your physical stats. Which magic tends to be fairly broken. Especially early game. Oh yeah. So this is a very important item that I just got. The Cling Ring. Less HP reduction when in soul form. And what that means is, like I said when we were in the Nexus a moment ago, you probably saw that my health was lower. And that my maximum health is actually cut in half currently. So whenever you die, you reawaken in your soul form, and that's what causes that health penalty. The Cling Ring reduces that penalty to just 75% of... I think it's 75. Maybe 70. I think it's 70%. And we will be spending almost the entire game in soul form. So we're pretty much never going to take that ring off. Oh, did I already get the item that I dropped down there? Sorry, going back down the stairs, there was an item that I knocked down and I forgot to get. Yeah, it's a needed improvement. If you play, make sure to get that. Make sure to come that way. It also opens up this shortcut. I thought I saw... Oh. Let's see. Yeah, let's change into these. Reason being, we're not we'll have lower fire resistance, but better blunt resistance. And we're not really going to be fighting a lot of stuff with fire in this area. But yeah, so this glowy blue thing is our glowy blue look is our soul form. At the beginning of the game, we were in our human form. Human form, our max health, like, the bar would be filled up. Do I want to try and... Yep, let's do it. Oh, wow, that was very little fall damage. I'm so used to playing Dark Souls, like, or I'm so used to 2 and 3 where fall damage is gigantic. Okay. But yeah, so our human form, we would have max HP, and that may sound like it'd be a big improvement, and why would you never want to be in it? But I'll touch on that when we get to the first boss. Did I already go this way? Is this the direction I just came from? Yeah. Isn't it? There's a shortcut. Me. Okay, sorry, I'm getting myself lost right now. No, I haven't. I went the other way. I haven't been this way. I don't think. Wait. Or no, I have. Sorry, I thought, I am getting so turned around. I thought we were on the other side of the gate. Okay. Okay. I know where I am now. We do need to go this way. Jam Bebsy, it's how you confuse your enemies. You get lost. I was hoping I could parry him, but the timing on his swings... Exactly. If you can't find yourself, who can find you? Oh yeah, and here's our first merchant.
Good day to you. Care to look over my wares?
I just noticed he has a chest strapped to his back. That's such a nice touch. So another thing that's different from this game compared to Dark Souls, which there's a lot, you have to, the healing items are permanently consumable, so you have to find more or you have to purchase more. Dark Souls has renewable healing items. Renewable consumable, that'd be great. Let's see. Anything we need? This game also, unlike the others, so all of the games other than Bloodborne, you have like equipment burden, and you have like a maximum amount of weight you can carry or that you can wear armor and weapons wise, and once you hit a certain point, like you move slower and you roll slower as well, to the point where like if you go above your maximum load, you are basically moving at a snail's pace. This game has an additional thing, which is item burden, and that's you have a weight limit to the stuff you can carry on you. Whereas the others, in Dark Souls, it's just whatever's equipped to you. This game has an additional one where it's like you have a limit to how much stuff you can carry, period. How many of these do we have? I don't think we need anything, really.
Lowly fodder. The demons snatched their souls regardless of their station, plummeting them all into madness. And those who dare cling to their humanity were hunted down. It is the end of Great Boletaria as we know it. But hell, at least the demons don't send us to our deaths in battle. Go ahead.
The humans were the true demons all along.
I'm not going anywhere.
Sorry for the spoilers. Okay. Now which way did I come from? This way. This is the way I go. Because those barrels are not broken. That's how I mark my path. Now there's a big guy in there. No one over there, so... Oh, game is stuttering. Oh no, oh no. Oh, crud. I'm really concerned because I know there's another one of these guys in this area. And I don't want to fight two of them right now. Ooh, scimitar. Do we have the stats for that? Let's see. We do. Ah, and it's got bleed. Oh, you scared me, sir. Mistimed that. Gotta let myself know I've been that way. Oh yeah. Don't worry, we're on our way.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria,
You're welcome, sir.
as a token of my gratitude.
So another fun thing about this game that I'll touch on later, and about Dark Souls in general. So there's a fair number of NPCs throughout the games. And they even have quest lines and such. And some of them, it's very easy to mess up or miss steps and get permanently locked out of them because the game's not very clear on what to do all the time. And Ostrava there, he has a quest line that I have never finished because there is one step that, like, I have looked up guides as to how to do it, and I still somehow mess it up every single time. And at the end of his quest line, you get a really important thing. Thankfully, there is a way to get the thing at the end of his quest line without finishing it, but it involves killing him and taking the thing off his corpse. Which is what I did to get that thing, because I needed it for the platinum trophy, and like, after 3 runs through the game, I still just was completely unable to get it to work. Hopefully we will this time. Let's see. That's the direction we came from. Oh crud, I need to go back. I forgot about something really important. So you probably see all those health bars over there and hear that fighting. I forgot that Ostrava goes on patrol and it leads him over to this area. Oh. And he took care of all those guys for us. That's actually really handy. He barely had any damage on him. Thank you, Ostrava. Anything over here? Nope. Though, he is getting pelted by bolts. Oh, there's something over here, though. Oh yeah, Ostrava's great. He's basically this game's equivalent of Solaire. Ooh, Jam Bebsy, when you play Dark Souls, you'll get to meet Solaire. And understand why everyone loves him so much. I am sure you have probably seen pictures of Solaire at some point. That guy dead. That seemed like it's a big enough fall to kill him. No, you're alive? But yeah, if anyone ever tells you that they don't like Solaire, that is someone you cannot trust. Oh yeah. So people can leave notes to others. Sometimes they have good advice. Sometimes they'll have, try jumping right next to a cliff. This one says to try normal attack. So let's try it and see what happens. Oh. Bebsy, if you don't like Solaire, I am banning you from my channel. That's what's happening. Because you will be someone that I cannot trust. Man, it is a much longer journey to the first boss than I remember. Oh, the game knows. Oh, hello. That is true, the second boss. So I will say there are some really, really good items over there. I am not going to be getting them right now. That's a fine message. Time for blocking. Also, I am going to do something very important here. Gonna put on my wizard robes. Because this note excuse me, sir, you did not do the thing. Please come back. Where are you? Ow. Seriously, where did it go? Do I need to move up a little more? Oh, yep. Why do you keep flying off and not... Okay, I promise something is supposed to happen here. The game just refuses to have it happen. Okay, are you gonna do it now? Wow, I have never... So that dragon does a thing here, and I have never seen it not do it like this. Yeah. And it will kill you too. The whole reason I put on this helmet is because of the increased fire resistance and worry about it getting me. Okay, I think we've got enough time to make it now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. But yeah, I've never seen it do that where it flies down, does like it's gonna use its breath, and then fly away. I'm guessing I moved out of its range for it, and that's why it didn't do it, but that's still... I've never seen it do that. Normally, I can just step onto the bridge and run all the way back to that previous hallway, and it will trigger it. Alright, we can be stylish again. Oh, I forgot there was one on either side. Ah, welcome to the stream, Cordlepleen 42. Do I have a fashion outfit planned for the playthrough? That is a good question. That is the most important aspect of any of the Souls games. Give me just a second and I will see your message. I also saw that it got held by the auto mod. Okay, sorry. Got the pronunciation on the first one. Cordlepleen? I don't... Interesting. The auto mod... it censored that because of the word got. Interesting choice. I don't have one at the moment, but like usually the moment I find a witch's hat in any of these games, I put it on. I would also like to get I forget the name of it. But the executioner's outfit. It's also been maybe a year since I last played this. So I don't remember all of the armor sets that well. I've been playing a lot of Bloodborne since then, but yeah, I played this game like the moment it came out and got the Platinum Trophy, and I haven't really touched it since then. It was also my first time playing through the game because I didn't have a PS3 when the original came out. Alright. Jambebzy, here we go. As you correctly said, the second boss of the stream. Or of the game. This is another reason that I like to start with the royalty class to deal with this boss, because magic is extremely helpful. Also, I should have done this before the fight because the game is still rolling. Iron resin and fire bombs. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, if I find any armor and chat likes it, I'll put it on. I'm not too picky. I tend to prefer the lighter armors just so I don't have any of the stamina penalties. Okay, we'll go in with the sword for a bit till our magic gets restored. Which at this point we can probably take out the boss. Oh, there we go. He's still got some shield buddies on him. Or she, rather. Yep, there we go. Alright, so, also, killing a boss puts us back in our body form. I do not want to be in my body form. That is a mood. Oh, crud, I shouldn't have left that area. There were a lot of items to pick up.
The monumental awaits the above.
I hope none of you have a fear of heights.
The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
Alright. So let's go see this monumental character. Who, the first time I played this game, I had to look up a guide as to where the monumental is. Because this place is gigantic. Oh, I may have even passed the floor. I did. But there's something we can get while we're up here, so we'll get it real quick. I think it's around on the other side. This area is basically just like, I guess for lack of a better word, like a leaderboard area? Oh, maybe it's not up here. I thought there was an item up here. Ah. It's in this part. So we got the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, and if I remember correctly... Yeah. So those are consumable items. When we're in our soul form, we can use them to go into our body form. Which I don't really plan on doing. I might for some bosses to get some help, but that's still a big if. Or big maybe, rather.
Slayer of demons.
But yeah, this is where the monumental is.
I am one of the monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world, lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, We entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones. One to the king of a small yet industrious land. One to the king of the burrowers underground. One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. One to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping Shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived.
Oh, you're okay, Jay and Bebsy. Yeah, we beat
Below the next
the first boss. No deaths so far.
arts.
Other than, well, one death, the mandatory one.
Half-living sentinels.
And we're getting some more plots right now.
The other monumentals have perished. And
And we're
only
about to have our second death. Once we get out of this conversation.
now it is your turn.
Oh yeah, we still have to finish.
You must lull the old one back to its slumber and seal it away for all eternity. If not, a deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to bear this burden?
Yeah, definitely. What'd you say?
We are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The old one, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom.
Okay. Also, let me check something. Is this spot where... I'm trying to remember. There are some items you can only get by falling in certain places. Ah, there we go. Is there anything? Nope. Okay. So, I'm gonna take a death here. We are going to be jumping off. Well, let's land here first. And let's give it a second, and I'll explain why I am waiting a second before I jump to my death. Oh. Can I get over to that? I forgot about this item. I want to get it, and then we will jump to our death. Can I? Is there somewhere I can land? Ah. Not what I intended to do. I wanted to get that item, but I did want to die. So it works out. The reason I wanted to die. So like I said, when you die, you go into your soul form. Your health is reduced. The reason you don't want to be in your human form is because when you die in your human form, let me see. There's this little mechanic that's really annoying called tendency. And you have world tendency and you have character tendency. And each of the 5 worlds in this game have their own tendency. as you beat bosses and as you beat other players who invade your world, your tendency moves towards white. Both the tendency of that world and the tendency of your character. If you invade other players and kill them, your tendency moves towards black. If you kill NPCs, your tendency moves towards black. And an important thing, if you die when in human form, the tendency goes towards black. Black world tendency makes the game harder. Enemies get stronger. Stronger enemies will spawn. And when you are in soul form in a world with black tendency, your maximum health gets decreased even more than normal. So the way you get around that is whenever you beat a boss and you get back into your body form, you immediately travel back to the Nexus and you kill yourself here because it does not affect your tendency if you die in the Nexus. Jam Bebsy, I have done the Black World tendency. The reason being, there are items in this game you can only get in black or white world tendency. Let's get my souls back. Okay. Need to land. There we go. To get all the trophies for this game, you will need to do most of the worlds in full pure black and pure white tendency, and it is a pain to do. There is, I will say, there are a couple points where I do want black tendency because there's some really good items that we can get that way. Now, the next thing.
I'm stockpiling my way, but I would be happy to light it.
Sorry.
Best of luck to you.
I should not skip these dialogues. I should let you get to know these people.
Happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
Like I mentioned earlier, you do have, like, in the top right corner where it says item burden, that's like the maximum weight I can carry on me. And that can be a pain to deal with. So you have to come to this guy somewhat often and give him stuff, retrieve things.
Rest assured, your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you.
Okay, and then, as I mentioned before, you have classes playing this game, but a lot of how your character is going to be is based on how you level up and your equipment. To level up, we need to talk to the Maiden in Black here. And she will level us up as we, and it costs souls to level up, and souls are also your currency for buying stuff.
Brave soul, for whom death is no fear.
And anytime you die in this game, all the souls you're carrying, my souls are in the top right corner. Any souls you're carrying, you lose them. You have a chance to get them back by basically going to the spot where you previously died, and you can claim your lost souls there. If you don't get them back and you die again, they're gone forever.
What is it? Seekest thou the power of souls? Of course. After all, thou requires...
So it's a pretty good idea when you're carrying a lot of souls to come back to the Nexus and level up.
Let these vagabond souls become thine own. Soul of the mind.
So let's see. How do I want to build my character this time?
Drawn from its
Endurance is always useful. I'd like a bit more strength so that I can use more weapons.
soul of
Vitality is nice for more health. I'm not sure how I want to build my character this time. That's kind of the problem. Like, magic is fun, and it makes a lot of things easier, but I do find the game more interesting if you use weapons. But there are weapons that can scale off of magic. And the reason I would want to level strength and dexterity, even if I'm going to be using magic weapons, is because weapons do have a strength and dex requirements to wield them. But we're going to go with that for now.
Art thou finished? May thy strength help the will be mended.
So, I want to check one thing before I go any farther. We are gonna try something a little courageous. So, we're back in the Nexus. These pillars here with the reliefs on them, each of them leads to one of the worlds in this game. This first one, the Archstone of the Covetous King, that's our first world. This is our second. Third, fourth, and fifth. And normally you would think you should probably play through them in order. Which, starting with the first world and going as far as you can in it is the smartest idea, I will say. But then after that, it's kind of good to skip around in them. I'm gonna jump straight to the fourth world. Reason being, if I can get far enough in it without too many problems, there is a really good weapon that we can get early in the game here. But we do have to deal with some troublesome enemies. Namely, rolling skeletons. Let me try and do something. I want to show you where we are heading. We want to get up to that guy up there with the glowy red eyes, so we can get that item right next to him. And then I want to hightail it out there because that guy is not fun to fight. None of these guys really are. This area, I highly recommend not coming here until a good deal later in the game. On a normal playthrough. Oh, where did that third guy come from? I knew there was a second one. Also, you've probably noticed these guys are a lot less aggressive here. Reason being, all the enemies have like an aggro range, and if you lure them outside of it, they try to get back into the range. That's one way to deal with that guy. Sorry about that, had to pause for a moment. So that guy over there probably looks familiar. That's our buddy that we fought in the tutorial. I know I said, like, you only get one shot at him. Technically wasn't true. He shows up here again, and he's a lot easier. Ignore the flying manta ray. I'll explain it in a moment. But yeah, the tutorial boss shows up here again, too, even if you killed him. And the problem being that, like, if you kill it here, you cannot get that helmet in the intro. Oh yeah, that's trapped. There's a stone there that activates that. Oof. So, that item we want is over there, and this guy is a real jerk. And I am not going to fight him. That sword is the whole reason we came here. And we are leaving now that we have it. Because it is a crescent falchion. Crescent being the enchantment on it, meaning that so there's a lot on this screen. But so under attack power, you'll see physical attack, magical attack, and fire attack. And that gives you an idea of how much damage it deals. This one has magical attack, and that's due to the crescent enchantment on it. Below that, there's additional effects. The red teardrop being bleeding damage, the green skull being poison. I don't remember what the other two are. Bleed, what that is, if I'm remembering this correctly, because it changes depending on the game, and I mostly remember the Dark Souls version. Bleed is basically like I should explain this. Every enemy has like these hidden resistances, these hidden meters that build up as you deal damage that has additional effects. So there's a bleed meter that every enemy has that's hidden. When you fill up their bleed meter, they immediately take the effects of bleed. Same with poison. Poison is exactly what it sounds like. They take damage over time. Bleed is once that meter fills up, they suddenly take a huge chunk of damage off their health. And yeah, so those numbers are like to give you an idea of just how much it builds up those meters. Attributes, I'll do attribute requirements first. That's that first, the strong arm, that's how much strength you need. The hand is dexterity, how much of that you need. To the right of it, that's magic, and to the right of that is faith. And then above that, attributes bonus tells you, those letters give you an idea of how much extra damage it will deal the higher that stat is. So we have an A in magic, and that means like as our magic stat increases, we'll deal more and more damage with it. Our scimitar, as you can see, it scales off of strength and dex, and it's pretty low. The game never explains a lot of this. You kind of have to look up what it all is on wikis and such. Fire Emblem Robin got the falchion. I mean, we will be slaying some dragons. Speaking of which...
You new here? Are you here for my services? The name's Baldwin. I'm just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons. Or forge the ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, eh?
If we're gonna slay a dragon, we will need a bow. And he doesn't sell any. I forgot about that. Well, I will preemptively buy arrows, though.
You come back alive.
There was also an option for repair weapon or repair equipment. That's because your equipment does have durability, and once its durability hits 0, it enters a broken state, and it deals not a whole lot of damage.
Best of luck to you.
It takes a while for them to break. So even more connections with Fire Emblem here. I'm gonna take a quick pause because my cats want food and also I need water. And then I'll explain like another slight reason as to why I want to be in soul form rather than body form. And also, speaking of body form... Hello! Oh, let me... I resized this earlier to make it fit, and... There we go. Ta-da! It's me in body form. Sadly, you won't be able to see my spells that I have equipped. Ooh, come on. So like I said, thank you. So another reason that I want to be in soul form rather than body form, while I was standing around here, you probably saw some other, like right there, people fade in and out. Those are other players who are playing the game, and who are nearby, and it's showing like what they're doing. All those glowing orange messages on the ground, those are written by other players. The bloodstains you can touch, also other players where they died. This game has a multiplayer aspect. And if you are in your body form, other players can invade your world and try to kill you. And like I said, dying in body form, some pretty bad penalties. So we don't want that to happen. It's also why whenever I kill a boss, I will pretty much immediately try to go back to the Nexus. Because when you kill a boss, you go into your body form, and people are really quick about invading. Usually they can't invade you immediately because you'll still be in the boss arena, and you can't invade a boss arena. Oh! Hold on a second. Earl Grey is being needy. Jane Bebsy, everything's alright. He jumped up on the TV stand and landed on our SNES Classic and sent it flying off and fell himself. And now I'm turned around. Both cats have been very needy lately. I think it's the cold. Could be a hidden foe. I think there are a couple more of those. Yeah. Phalanxes. There might be another one over here. Nope. Let me get this item that's up here. Had to make sure. Okay. For a second there, I was worried. I was staring at my microphone, saw that it was unmuted, and still was like, oh no, I'm muted. Oh, it's Ostrava again.
Clear out the soldiers blocking this passage, if it please you. The Lord's Path, just over there, is now a feeding ground for dragons. Have your wits about you.
Alright, so we've got to battle through the dragon's feeding grounds. Oh, those are beautiful birds. Fire. Do I try and get that last item? I don't think it's worth it. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. I forgot about how the bump in strength of the enemies right here. Okay, silver catalyst. How does... Yeah, it's better than our silver one, so let's use the wooden one. So I want to try something. This dragon can be killed. It's just, if I had a bow, this would be a lot easier. And even if I do get the aiming down, it's still... It takes a long time to kill it. So now the question is, do you all want to sit here and watch me fire a spell at this dragon each time it flies by until it slowly dies? What do I get for doing it? You get its soul. for one thing. Missed it that time. Also, that area earlier where the dragons were, it makes that area safer and therefore easier to get those items there. The timing. I've gotta make sure I get to the right. I mean, I'm fine doing it, because all I have to do is just sit here and press the button once it gets to the right spot. Not like that, though. I will say, I did do this the first time I played through this game. Too early that time. It's... Maybe if I adjust the aim slightly down? Yeah, okay, there we go. That gives me a better window. $24 damage. Let's look up how much health this thing has. Red Dragon, Demon Souls. Meanwhile, I'm good to just like talk about whatever while we slowly whittle its health down. Missed that time. It has 1,340 health. So assuming that we hit it every single time it flies by, which I am not doing a good job of doing, it will take 55 flybys for it to die. And there's another miss. Yeah, so how's everyone doing today? I think that time it did 27 damage, so that's a little better. JM Bebsy, glad that sitting here staring at a dragon screeching over and over is a nice distraction. Sorry work's a pain though. I almost said, like, especially on a holiday week, but, it's not a holiday week in the UK, is it? Just here in the US. Ah, why do I keep missing? Let's try angling down a little more again. Ugh, yuck. Trying to manage a call center with 40% staff absences. That sucks. Like, my work, a lot of people have been taking time off because we all have a lot of PTO built up. Since we're work from home, it's kind of like a, you know, why do I need to use PTO when I'm just sitting here at home? But so a lot of it's built up and we have to use up a lot of it before the end of the year. And so we've also been having to cover each other a lot. However, our team, it's like each of us does something pretty different. And there's usually like one other person who, like, we're kind of in pairs where there will be two people who, they have different jobs, but there is a lot of overlap with their work. And so those two people cover one another. And anyway, I guess for lack of a better word, PTO buddy, he and I have been taking off a lot of time, and having to cover for one another, and that's always fun, because it's like we're the only ones who can really do the other person's work. And that's part of why my streaming has been, or why I haven't been streaming anywhere near as much lately. Despite having so much time off. I say that, I have basically 1 day a week is either a half day or a day off. But it's just all my other days. I usually have 2 days a week where I'm covering my coworker, and I am just so exhausted from it. And so streams have not been happening as much. I think I'm almost out of magic. But like I said, I have a ring that makes my magic slowly regenerate, so we will need to take a pause and let it build back up. So this is gonna be a while, but I'm at least hitting it consistently now. Let's see if I have any... Ah, here we go. Some aged spice. Because I don't feel like waiting more than I need to. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say, JM Bebsy, is I feel your pain. I was way too early that time. A week off sounds so nice right now. Even though I have almost all... Well, yeah. I've got, like I said, I'm off the rest of this week, and like, it's really nice to have. I really hope you enjoy your week off. I also have to keep reminding myself. So I've got the camera over here. I've got my game over there, and I've got my microphone here. So it's like, I keep wanting to turn to the camera to talk, but when I do so, I end up moving away from the microphone. But yeah, got any fun plans for your week off? We're getting there. I think that was about A little less than quarter health left. Jam Bebsy, not a lot. Going to be going out with your partner at least one of those days off, as it'll be your 2-year anniversary of dating. Congratulations! That'll be fun. Other than just relaxing, and we will also be going to a nerdy cocktail bar for a couple of drinks. Nice. You two had the ladder trip planned for your last time off, but decided to paint the living room instead. I can imagine that was busy, but like, possibly a fun time to spend with one another. Ramen and comic books, nice. Sounds like a good time. Hope you two enjoy it. We're almost done with this. So far, this is the fastest and safest way that I have found to fight this thing. Time off is switch time. I say as I'm playing on a PS5. Oh, we got it! Arrow is not the best option. I should have voted that down, because spell is the best option. But yeah, the bridge will now be safe to cross on foot, which will make getting items a lot better. But we need to go down here so we can save Ostrava. But this part's awful. You're not wrong. Yeah, I see two of them. Where'd the other one go? There you are. Gash resistance ring. Oh, let's get this first. Ooh.
Thank you. That's twice now. Time to forge ahead. This is a token of my gratitude. Please accept it.
Ooh, that's really handy. The grasses are this game's healing items, like I mentioned before. Okay, like I said, I can cross the bridge. Going under is an option 2, and I think there's some stuff down here that's useful, but I really hate going under the bridge. Because one of the game's worst enemies is down here. How did that miss you? I'm pretty sure they are ahead. Because I remember that opening. This part is awful. Yep, dogs. There's a... I thought there were only 3. Didn't remember there being a 4th one. They are way too fast and there are way too many of them. There's a 5th! Pretty sure that's all the dogs, though.
Ah, we meet again.
And here's our friend.
Hope you find something that suits you.
You still do not have a bow. Oh well. Yeah. I love the birds. They're so good. There's our bow. Too many boys. Ooh. Ooh. That was a lot of damage. Why are there so many of you? One downside to the dragon being gone. It will normally just kill these boys for you. You know, if I ever make it to Twitch affiliate, one of the things I would like to do for streams like Dark Souls is put in like point incentives where it's like, I don't know, if you use so many channel points, you can force me to switch to a different weapon or different armor. I've always thought something like that could be fun. final run on the bridge. Broken sword. Yeah, I would anticipate people giving me suboptimal choices. Like, I'd probably put in some stipulations, like I do have to have the stat requirements to wield it. As for if I was feeling really gutsy, I would let people pick my stats upon level up, but that could really screw me over. Especially with Dark Souls, the first one, because there is one stat that is completely useless that you should never level up. And then there's Dark Souls 2, where one stat... yeah, Dark Souls 1, there's a stat called Resistance, which on paper sounds like it should be good, because it's like, it boosts your resistances. To like the status elements and such. But it does so little, and equipment will give you much better resistances that there is absolutely no reason to level up resistance. All you're doing is like... So like every time you level up, the amount of souls required goes up. And Dark Souls 1, whenever you level up, you cannot redo those levels. So you've basically just given yourself a bunch of useless levels and made your other levels cost more. So like, that's something I will straight up tell anyone going into Dark Souls 1, because that's a huge quality of life thing, is do not level up resistance. Conversely, Dark Souls 2 has a stat that sounds completely useless. It's called Adaptability. I forget what it says it does, but it looks like it would basically be the resistance stat of Dark Souls 2. So, I never touched it my first time playing through the game. And it was a really hard time. I also just don't like Dark Souls 2. I'm gonna play through it on stream, but I don't like Dark Souls 2. Some people think it's the best one. Others, like me, think it's the worst one. People are very divided on it. I've never met anyone who has just said Dark Souls 2 was just okay. But if you play Dark Souls 2, level up adaptability. And like level it up often. Because I'm gonna pause for a second because we're about to go into a boss, and also I want to explain it. So dodging in this game, you have iframes. And for some reason in Dark Souls 2, they decided that the number of iframes you have when rolling should be tied to one of your stats. And that stat is adaptability. Now, nowhere in game does it tell you that. And like, I think it took people a long time to realize that that's what it did. And the problem is, starting out, the number of iframes you have when rolling is way lower than in the first Dark Souls. And in fact, you have to level it up a lot to get the same number of iframes as you do in Dark Souls 1. There's also a couple other things it affects that like it doesn't point out that are also incredibly useful, but iframes is the big one. And like, once you realize that and you level up adaptability and get it to the point it needs to be, which is like 32 or 33 or something, you notice it immediately. Like I said, there's one boss in that game that like, I've never used a shield against that boss because the boss just hits so hard that blocking is useless. So I just roll. My first time playing through the game, it took me like literally, I counted, it was over 90 attempts to kill it. My second time playing the game, and I knew what adaptability did, and I knew to level it up, it took me like 2 tries. And it's considered like the hardest boss in the entire game. So yeah, that's my little rant. Dark Souls 1, don't level up resistance. Dark Souls 2, level up adaptability. This game, I would say, like obviously if you're doing a magic build, you need magic and intelligence. But if you're not, you can dump those, as well as with faith. Luck is probably the least important unless you're specifically doing a luck build. But luck actually does have some uses in this game. And if you do a luck-based build, it works. That being said, so like I said, we're about to go into a boss fight. I need to take a quick bio break. And then we'll jump into the third boss. And the one I would consider is probably the most iconic boss in the game. To the point where some of the other games even reference this boss fight. So yeah, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Stand up, stretch, get some water, take a bio break of your own if you need. I'll be back in a second. Oh, sorry about that. I turned on the microphone and immediately coughed into it because I drank some water poorly. Hello. Sorry, still got water down my throat. Everyone back? I'm trying not to. That'd be very ironic. Considering, like, how much I love swimming and, like, have, like, well, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I was, like, done competitive swimming, but it's more of, like, I've done triathlons, and that's competitive and there's swimming involved. So it'd be very ironic if I drowned on land. So yeah, we're about to fight our third boss, and Jane Bevsy, I mean, I guess more people who love swimming drown than people who don't like swimming. That's fair. But yeah, so we're about to fight our third boss, and I was just kind of ranting about the stats in these games, and like, I don't know, before I jump in, I want to rant a little more. So like, obviously, I love Dark Souls, I love Demon's Souls, I love Bloodborne. I've gotten the Platinum Trophy in both Demon's Souls and in Bloodborne. I've beaten all of these games multiple times. I've put hundreds of hours into each one, even Dark Souls 2, which, like I said, I don't enjoy that game that much. Play it for yourself though and see like what you think, because some people love it. But there is a lot of stuff in this game that, like, I would say is mean. These games have a notorious reputation for being hard, and a lot of people try to say like, oh, they're not hard, you're just like, you know, not dedicated enough, and like the game's trying to teach you something, and like you just have to push through, and yada yada yada. There's a whole lot of discourse, and like I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I will say I feel the games are mean. And what I mean by that is, like I was just saying about the stats. The first game, you've got this stat that on paper looks like it's useful, and then in practice it is completely useless. And leveling it up messes you up because of how leveling works, and there is no way to undo it. The second one has a stat that looks useless, but is one of the most important stats. Thankfully, the second game put in a way for you to respec your character, so that's nice, but there's still, like, not really any way to find out what adaptability does unless you look it up, and then you realize I need this stat. There are a lot of quest lines. It's like you can easily screw yourself up and be locked out of a bunch of things. How weapons and like their stats and everything works. The games don't tell you much. It's really bad at explaining how to play the game to you. And because of that, like, yeah, they're hard because it's like, it's bad at teaching you how to play, which is why I hate people who say like, no, the game's trying to teach you something. It's like, no, it's not. It really isn't. Like it's no. Like there's a lot of my knowledge of these games come from like talking with other people about it and looking up online, like, what does this do? What's the best build? Which stats should I go with? So yeah, that's my little mini rant. that was on my mind as we were taking that break, and I was getting a snack real quick. So, that being said, let's jump into the third boss of the game. Our third demon. So, right off the bat, we're gonna ignore the boss. Because if you stay down there and try to fight him, these dudes will just ruin your day. So first thing, ignore the boss, go for the archers. Also, oh yeah, Tower Knight, this huge armor-clad demon with a spear, it uses magic. Wasn't sure if there was one up there or not. Now we can fight the boss proper. I ran out of stamina. Stamina management is very important in this game. That green bar up there is my stamina. Alright, another demon down. But yeah, that's probably the most iconic boss of this game.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no?
Normally it takes a little longer because, I just saw your message as I was saying that, JM Bebsy. Very cool boss, but also like he killed them in 3 seconds flat. Normally it takes a bit longer, because despite the fact that it uses magic, it is weak to magic. And I'm using a magic weapon.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
Oh yeah, another thing.
Withdrawn from its vessel.
This is true for Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne. Endurance is important regardless of your build. Because that increases your maximum stamina, it increases your equipment burden, and yeah, those are the two main things. Though, now that I think about it, Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, they changed endurance a bit. They split it up into 2 stats, where one affects your stamina and the other affects your equipment. Which was really rude, because it's like, great, now I have 2 stats that... It sucks. Some people... Sorry, got a spam call. Some people think it was needed because endurance was too good. I think it's stupid. It should have always just been 1 stat, because it's more pointless leveling that you have to do. Also, my strategy is very different. A lot of people will tell you to level up Vitality immediately and get it like to 30, which is a valid strategy. I tend to get it to 10 and then never touch it until my important stats are at 40. Speaking of which, another useful piece of information is that each stat has a soft cap, where once you hit that level, there are huge diminishing returns for it. For most stats, it's 40. It's like after 40, each level gives you a very small bonus.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, with vessel. Art thou finished?
Man, it's interesting. OBS does not,
The world be mended.
or rather, no, not. The app that I'm using to play my PlayStation games on the PC really doesn't like the level up screen. Everything gets really fuzzy. Oh, Astrava, you're here.
Before the Blight, Boletaria was a grand kingdom. The king, his knights, and his subjects were modest and plain, but also steadfast and compassionate. I have spent much time in my studies in the cultured countries of the south, yet no country holds my heart as does Boletaria. But look at what has become of us now. I refuse to believe that this is what Father wished for our great land.
I mean, that's how monarchs are, my dude. Sorry, just checking one thing, and then I will... Okay, here we go.
Here in Boletaria, we speak of the legend of the two swords and the solitary hero. The two swords are Demonbrand and Soulbrand.
Very creative names, I know.
That which befouls man, and the other banishes man himself. The solitary hero is old King Doran. King Doran is the Everlasting One, founder of Boletaria and protector of the two swords. Of course, only according to legend. But in the dark state of our land, sometimes legends are all we have.
That's actually very important dialogue. Alright, so we finished World 1-2 just now. We actually cannot get any farther in this world right now. If we go back, there's a gate right there past the boss arena. And it will not open for us. Also, before I do anything else, I need to go die. That way we do not... Is this dying also recommended in Dark Souls? Actually, no. So Dark Souls uses a different but similar mechanic. If you don't mind me explaining, just so you know what you're getting into going in. Because like I said, these games... Like, when you play, if you have any questions, let me know, because it does a bad job at telling you stuff. And next, we're going to go to World 2. Typically, my order is World 1-1, then 1-2, then 2-1... sometimes 2-2, and then I jump to World 4. Then World 5 and 3, I kind of go back and forth. You'll kind of see, but I go out of order. So Dark Souls has a similar system. Instead of human and body form, you have hollow and humanity. And hollow is this game's equivalent of soul form, but it does not come with the health penalty. The only things it changes is when you're in human form, you can be invaded by other players. And I forgot to mention this. This is a thing in this game as well. When you're in human form, you can summon other players to help you with the game. You can leave a summoning sign down, and people from other worlds can then call you into their world. And you can do that. You can leave a sign when you're hollow or when you're in soul form, and help other people out and get souls for it. If you help them kill a boss, it returns you into your human form. Sorry, I'm still feeling that water. So, like I said, it's got the same thing, but not as much penalty to it. Dark Souls 2 brings back that penalty, but it's, instead of getting your health cut a whole lot just for dying, it goes down each time you die. Going back into human form restores that lost health. Three does it in an interesting way in that it's kind of like this one, except when you're in... Yeah, so here's a troll message. Try rolling. No, don't roll off there. And the third one, it's equivalent to human form. You get your maximum health gets boosted instead. Which really, like, when you think about it, isn't any different from this one. It's just, instead of saying like, oh, you got penalized for dying, it's saying like, oh, you get rewarded for being human. And it's like it's the same thing, really. You're just trying to make it sound better.
Hello there. Souls. I trade fine goods for souls.
Oh, I just remembered something.
You want to play? Don't you agree?
We're gonna try this out. I just remembered an important thing about this world, and might have some difficulties, but we'll see how we do. Also, fun fact, and I'm not going to say too much about it, but that sticky white slime I just found, in the original PS3 version, it was called sticky white stuff. Anyway. So, these guys can be a problem because, well, let me get it so there's just one left. Oh, never mind. So if you're playing like a typical physical build, those guys take very little damage. Unless you are using a piercing weapon or magic. And that's another reason I like to start royalty in this game. The games in general tend to be easier if you start with the magic class, since magic is incredibly useful early game and it usually takes you a while before you can find any spells normally. Oh, I forgot about the dogs. And the officials. But yeah, magic makes early game a whole lot easier. And you can just then level up your physical stats if you want to use weapons. These guys are a problem. So yeah, there, like it said, I've hit my equipment load, and anything else that I try to pick up or anything that weighs more than what I can carry will be sent to storage. Luckily, you can go into your inventory and send stuff straight there. Oh yeah, I don't need to be carrying all these weapons. Oh, I don't have the dexterity for it, so I'll take penalties. Okay, that looks good for now. Hello. Another thing that really throws me off about this game, or playing it again, later on there's a thing you can unlock that... Ooh, I thought you were the one I just killed. Basically mirrors the whole world, including your character, and makes it so that there are a couple new things you can get. And I'm so used to playing in that mode and to the layouts from it that when I play a new file, it takes me a moment because I'm so used to the mirrored layouts. I should probably check that. Yeah, I've got the stats for this. Come on. Also, here's one of the ways to make this game a lot easier for yourself. The enemies are not too smart. That's a good message. I forget if there's anything over this way first. Also, so here, I forget which side we want to... There we go. That part breaks. Oh yeah, you can backstab enemies and deal critical damage. Yeah, there's oh, I should look up where it is. There's an item in this game that lets you be incredibly stealthy and makes a whole lot of places far, far easier. Oh, let's get that item while we're here. Oh yeah, an important thing to be wary of when playing these games is that your attacks cannot clip through walls. Like, they'll bounce off. But enemies, their attacks can. Like, if an enemy were to attack and try to hit through that pillar there, it would. They can also attack through, like, corners of walls because of that. I don't think I can get back up unless I drop down again. I don't think there are stairs. However, their spells, those still have collision. And any sort of ranged attack they have, walls will stop those. Otherwise, like, they obviously can't move through a wall, but they can attack through them. Where have lizards ahead? Oh. Is there? Nope. And all these shards that I'm finding, they're used for upgrading weapons and, like, you have different kinds for, like, different sorts of... Like, when you put different enchantments on weapons, you need different upgrade materials for them. And in the Meltstone shards, those are used for removing enchantments in case you want to change what you put on your weapons. I know about these hidden foes. I'm not trying to aim at you. I want these lads. I actually don't think there's any benefit to killing those ones, other than maybe some souls. Yeah, so down there, cannot talk, I'm so sorry. Down there is the way forward. We just can't go that way yet. Ooh. You almost had me, sir. And now I have your hammer. You know, where those guys are over there, the ones that were throwing rocks at me when I first entered this place, I can never remember how to get to them. Alright, time to open the shortcut. And to get this item. Also, this elevator really freaks me out because of how it comes down here. Like, the thought of being underneath this thing. I hate being squashed so much. Like, I think I've mentioned this before when playing, like, Sonic the Hedgehog. That is the one type of death in games that, like, every time it happens, I hate it. I don't like being squished.
What does it matter? You need a blacksmith? Show me your steel. If not, head straight for the door.
Alright, let's... Oh, I don't have any shards for that. I think those aren't found in this world, unfortunately.
All done.
Also, I just realized I am at 3 hours of playing this. I lose so much time when playing. Oh, I still need to ride the elevator up farther. I lose track of time playing these games. I'm gonna get to the next boss. I'll fight it, and then I think that's where we're gonna call it for the day. Was there a... Oh, just a message. Rude. I say as I walk into this workshop and begin slaughtering everyone. Any of you drop items? Nope, nope, nope. Ooh. Oh. Oh, right. Alright, let's see if we can get their attention one at a time. I think you are the one who is going to throw rocks, so I want to get rid of you. One of these guys will fling rocks, and they're really bad. I don't remember which. I think it was the guy I killed that didn't have any weapons, I'm pretty sure. Alright, time for spells. Yeah, ranged weapons can be a bit tricky in this. Like, they're not so good for bosses, but, oh well, I'm going down there later. They are incredibly useful for just getting around, though. Oh, right. Yeah, let's get it while we're here. Mostly because so many enemies, they don't have any way of handling fighting at range. So a lot can be cheesed by just pulling out a bow and shooting from far away. Okay. That's the way we just came from. But I think it's the way... Oh yeah, the stairs over there. Rude message. Oh yeah, there are wolves here as well. I hate the wolves. Like, I love wolves in real life, but in video games, they're always some of the worst enemies. Why is that? Beware of enemies ahead. Sound advice for this game. Nothing. That gets a fine rating, my friend. Sure. Oh yeah, so messages like that, whenever someone appraises your message, and you're online, it will actually give you, like, restore some of your health. So oftentimes around boss arenas, you'll see ones that say, hey, I'm in trouble, please recommend. And it's like, it's a strategy. Put that down so that people can heal you during a boss fight. Ow. I forget how long some of these areas are, though. Now we are oh, too far. We're back down in that area, close to that area where I said, hey, that's actually the path forward. Here it is. Earlier there was lava, or magma, here. Or I guess molten metal, but that was a whole lot for it to be that. Alright. Focus on the water, okay. Got some more issues right there. Got another official over there who I don't feel like fighting properly because they are some of the most annoying enemies. Also, this doesn't show it too well. All those barrels down there are explosive. If you have a fire spell, it's a good time to throw one at him. I think there's another. Maybe it was just the one. Got his leggings. I do feel like there is a room later on where there are two of them. It's funny, I've never been hit by that rock. Even times where like I was just running through here, not taking my time knowing that was gonna happen, like I've never been hit by that rock. I don't know if like the game is purposefully made to like that the timing is bad and will always miss you. And it's supposed to just be like a haha, look at this. Or like, I don't know. Priest Blade. Oh yeah, this thing's got a useful, I think it increases magic. Amplifies the damage dealt and received by magic. So that's a pretty useful thing when I'm using spells to put it in the offhand. I don't remember, I think, let me check the description again. Okay, I think it also boosts the magic damage of weapons. Also, this world. Give me just a second. I suddenly need to take another very quick bio break. And hello, I am back. Give me just a second to get... There we go. Alright, so boss time. I'm actually gonna show something here though. We're gonna see if someone will summon me to have me help them fight the boss. Let me put it closer to the gate. And I'll give it a minute. If no one summons me, I'll actually go back to my human form and see if I can summon someone for this fight. Oh, there we go. There we go. I kind of swallowed the we. Because this is a fight that, like, I think is a lot easier with help. So we're gonna help someone else fight it. However, if we beat it, I'll get to go back to my human form and back to my own world, but it will not count as me beating the boss myself. And this is a very interesting boss. Think. Nope. Yes, okay, when it does that, that means get all the way back here. Ooh. It got me with its webs. Alright. So that's Armor Spider down. Well, in Monroe Wolf's world anyway. Oh yeah, I should applaud. So now our body is restored, and we can look around and see if anyone... Here we go. Well done, Monroe Wolf. Looks like sometimes summoning doesn't always work, but looks like they put a sign down again. So we'll try and get them again. What's going on, Azethel? I don't think it worked. I'm gonna give it another moment. See if anyone else puts their summon signs down, and if not, we will go fight the boss. I know I'm in human form. This world, I'm not as concerned about the world tendency. There's not as much interesting stuff in it compared to the others. Worlds 1 and 3 are going to be the big ones where I definitely want to influence tendency. Like World 1, there's something I want to get that needs pure white. World 3 has really good stuff at both pure white and pure black. And World 3 has... it's very easy to get it to pure black because of a certain mechanic that World 3 has, but it's really hard to get pure white in World 3. The biggest thing being that, like, once you beat one of the bosses, you immediately get taken to the next area, like, unlike all the others where you stay in the boss arena and so you're safe from invasions. It plops you down right at the beginning of the start of the next area where you can get invaded, and people invade there a lot. And it's usually like you're already being invaded the moment that the game gets done with the cutscene. We're just gonna rush in. There is an easy way to do this boss fight. There's a spot you can stand in where it cannot hit you, but it makes the fight so slow. I'm gonna see if I can fight it the normal way. And if all else fails, I'll cheese it. It was funny the first time I played this game, when I saw that oil or whatever coming out, like for the first time I was like, okay, that's bad. I probably need to run from that. And I had summoned some people to help me, and none of them did that. They stayed right up here in front of it and all immediately died. Ooh, timed that poorly. Oh. That was nice. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So we got some spider stone chunk. I do not want to know what a spider stone chunk is, but we got it. And a renowned warrior soul. Okay. So let's return to the Nexus. Gonna level up. I will... Oh, I should check some of the merchants here. There's some others that I didn't show off. There's a mage over here.
If so, please free Sage Frake the Visionary from his cell in Latria. I will help you, however I can. I can teach you elementary spells. Sage Frake is a gleaming hope for humankind, but I have not the power to save him alone.
Let's see. Cloak is extremely useful. Protection, extremely useful. Flame toss can be useful. I don't remember if you can apply this to crescent weapons, but I'm gonna learn it anyway. However, I definitely want protection. It's such a good spell. It and the upgraded version you can get later on, like, there gets to be a point where it's like, you will always want those spells active. Especially on New Game Plus. Oh, another... I'm not gonna have enough slots to attune it.
You must be another disciple of God. I too am on a quest to fight the demons in the name of the Lord. May I share God's power with you? Do not be bashful. We are both cut from the same cloth.
Man, this guy's like jaw and chin are intense. Heal. I want heal.
I see. I pray we meet again.
But I think I'm gonna need to level up some more before I can equip it, because I don't think miracles have separate spell slots. Oh, they do! That's wonderful.
Miracles are the work of your deeds.
There we go. Talisman of God.
I have sinned.
Congratulations.
To Saint Urbain, but was of no use to him. And now I have run away and abandoned his augustness.
That's how I am starting. That's how I'm starting every stream from here on out, is just, I have sinned. And then I'll tell you what my sin was for the day, and then we'll get into the stream. That's such a, like, way to introduce yourself, though. Just like, I have sinned. Like, okay, hello.
How has this happened?
How's the weather?
Abandoned us for King Alant, failing to show proper respect.
No worries, mate. I sin all the time. That's pretty good jam, Bebsy. Sinners Anonymous. If I ever am popular enough to have a Discord server, we're just gonna be Sinners Anonymous. I don't have enough souls to level up. So let's end the stream in only the most appropriate of ways. Yeet. So like I said, that's gonna be all for today. I've made a fair amount of progress. That's we're about halfway through World 1. We're a third of the way through World 2. And then we still have the other 3 worlds left, but it's still, that's good progress for just a few hours.
I would be happy to lighten.
While I'm saying my goodbyes for the day, I'm just gonna store stuff, that way I don't forget before next stream. Because I know I can be bad about that. Coming back and just completely forgetting where I am. Ooh, how are you compared to what I am wearing? Not as good. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed it. You are welcome, Jam Bebsy. I cannot believe it's been almost 4 hours now. Like I said, I lose. Time flies by when I am playing these games. I'm gonna put that sticky white slime away. We're not gonna talk about that. But yes, that is it. Have a wonderful evening. For any who this is a holiday week, enjoy your holiday. Stay safe, especially with traffic. I know I've got a little bit of driving to do myself, and I am not looking forward to it. Also, stay home. Don't bother retail workers. Don't order food. Stay home, make your own food. Don't go shopping. Please don't go out shopping on Black Friday as well, because it's a madhouse and it makes retail workers' lives hell. And be sure to drop in next time I play more Demon Souls. We'll see how many demons we can get through next time. And like I said, once I finish this, we're gonna move on to Dark Souls 1. And then Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, and Dark Souls 3. And yeah, they're some of my favorite games. I hope you enjoy. And if you haven't played, I hope this motivates you to play yourself. If you ever want someone to help you out and some cooperation, or just need like some spoiler-free tips, I'm happy to help out. So, have a good night, everyone.